The next on stage who will take you through SRM bidding process is none other than Engineer Pauline Ngoshi. Makofi.
Good afternoon, our suppliers. Good afternoon, madam. Karibuni sana. You might be wondering, why is it that we started with registration? From registration, we have come to preparation of the document, and then now I am here to take you through the process of uploading this document. I am sure as Catherine was doing her presentation, you are wondering, now, where on earth, where in the system, this SRM system, do I put this tender document? Where do I put my response? You were wondering, when Jael was taking us through registration, why is she asking us to pick only one region? Why can't I be allowed to pick region Eldoret, region Nairobi, Mombasa? And as Catherine was taking us through her slides, the first one, if I remember very well, she talked about fairness, competitive, and equity. I want to pose a question to all of us. Would you want a quotation meant for Nairobi to subjected to all the regions? Yes. Exactly, it would be no. Because we do not want to compete with our suppliers in the region. What is meant for Nairobi, wacha tumenyane wenyewe, isn't it? But if it is open tender, Jael told us that all of us, whether from the regions or from Nairobi, all of us qualify to participate in that tender. So therefore, as Catherine was taking us through the methods of procurement that Kenya Pipeline usually uses, she mentioned a number of 5. Request for quotation, framework, direct procurement, single to envelope. What is all that? What is a request for quotation? What is a single envelope? And as she was explaining, she would tell us that for a single envelope, I will combine my technical response together with my price response. So where do I put this response? So for my presentation this afternoon, I will take us through. We'll start from the list and we, gradually get to a 2-envelope tender. So I have received my username and password. Jael has taken us through the process of registration. And I don't know what will make me know this is a request for quotation, this is a 1-envelope tender, or this is a 2-envelope tender. Maybe by a show of hand, who have come here to be shown how to register for the first time? Kindly, by a show of hand. Thank you. Thank you. Karibuni to KPC. Thank you. So for the benefit of the ones who have raised up their hands, we will take them through the process of responding to a request for quotation and a 1-envelope tender. So therefore, you have received your username and password. You have logged into our website, and through e-procurement portal, you have keyed in the user ID that you received and the password, and you have logged into the system. My interest, this is how my screen will look like. For me to access the tenders that have been posted by KPC, the tab that I will use is RFX and auction. What is RFX? X is a variable. It could be a request for proposal, a request for direct procurement, the X is variable. So this is where all of us will click to find our tenders. So once I click on RFX and auction tab, by default, the system will always show me I have no quotation. I therefore need to refresh my system for the system to update and show me everything and every tender that KPC has published. So I'll click on published because that is my interest. I will clear any data that may be in my portal, and I will apply. After that, a list of event numbers on your end. From our end, it's a request for quotation. It's a NAREFX. But when it comes to your portal, it is an event number. So what will tell me this is a request for quotation and the other is a one envelope tender? Anytime, our new suppliers, anytime you find a series 50, and then the numbers, that is a request for quotation. Any time you find an event number starting with 25, it is a public tender, but single envelope. Are we clear? 25, public tender, but single envelope. I will combine my technical and my proposal. If you find, and you will find on the right-hand side of that page, the response status will always tell you that no bid has been created. That is, you have not even attempted to respond to that tender. So what do? I will click on the event number. I know it is a request for quotation, and I will click on the event number. So I'll click on my 50 series number, and sometimes, not always, sometimes you might click on the event number and the event number will not display. Don't call Jael, don't call Catherine. Click on the pop-up and allow the pop-up. After that, click on refresh and your event number will display. This is where now the difference is. Where do I access the tender document from? Remember, Catherine said for open tender or for tenders that you find advertised and on MyGov, for request for quotation, you will not find them in MyGov. So where do I find the tender document for a request for quotation? You will click on notes and attachments. Immediately, below the notes and attachment tab, you will find the request for quotation document. So what do? I'll click on that document, download, and I'll be able now to look out for what Catherine, the detailed process that Catherine has taken us through. Look out for the instructions in this tender document. What do I need to attach? What do I need to stamp? What do I need to fill in? That is what she was saying. Be keen. Go through that request for quotation document. You will not need to give us the whole document. Look out for the right pages that you need to print, fill in, stamp, sign the instructions as per that tender document. So what do? It is a request for quotation for civil items. We are buying cement here. It's a sample. We are buying cement. What is it that I need to show? Go through that tender document. What do I do after I now print and fill in and cross out and do as per the instructions of this tender? I will prepare a PDF document. What are the other requirements of this request for quotation document? I will look out for the mandatory requirements of this tender. As I fill in those pages that I've been asked to fill in, I will attach together with my certificate of registration, the PIN, the valid tax compliance, every document that this document has asked me to prepare. Once I do that, I will log out from the C folder, and now I will tell KPC I am ready to participate in this tender. So the system will give me that option. So what do? Click on participate, and the system is very interactive. It will tell you that you've been registered with this tender and you've been informed of the RFX changes. Jael was very keen, and she insisted and emphasized, give us the correct email address, because this communication will be sent to the email that you provided at the point of registration. The next thing that I will do is to click on create response. If you notice, the moment you click on create response, the system generates for you a response number. And all the times, it will start with 8,000 and then the other numbers. So you find you have an 8,000 series up there for response, and our RFQ number, it is still somewhere there. So what do? I want to upload now my response. Remember, I prepared and I saved it somewhere. Where do I upload the document? Catherine, I'm sure you have received these calls. Nimeona tenda yenu kwa gazeti. Nitaweka wapi? This is where you will upload your response. Click on notes and attachment again. And on that page, on your end, add attachment will be active. Click on add attachment. And now the document is ready. The system is ready for you to pick the PDF document that you prepared from the tender document from KPC. In my case, I called it bid response. I will pick my document, name it, and click OK to upload. Below the notes and attachment, I should be able to see my bid response. Can we all see there? On the top left of that page, the submit button will be visible. But before I submit this document, I need to fill in my prices. Remember, Catherine said the document, in the tender document, you will fill in your price inclusive of VAT. That is the document that we have uploaded. But then, in the system, where do I key in my prices? I'll click on items, and all the items that we are quoting for will populate. Cement, paint, brushes, whatever items civil department are intending to procure. On the column price, I'll fill in my unit price without VAT, exclusive of VAT. The document that we have uploaded is inclusive of VAT. In the system, under items, it is unit price without VAT. Why are we saying we will fill in our unit price without VAT? Because this system will calculate for us VAT. So once I fill in all my prices, I'll click on check. The check button checks for me the entire document. Just that, if there are many items that I was quoting for, and by mistake I have left out a line item, the system will notify me that you are offering item number 4 for free, and KPC will be glad if you're giving us that item. But it is just a warning. It won't stop you from submitting this document. So kindly click on the check button for the system to check the entire document. And after that, it will tell you that your response is complete and contains no errors. That is if you have filled in all the line items. The last thing that I will do is to click on submit. Immediately I click on submit, I want us to be checking the response status of our bid. I have submitted, and now the tender has gone to KPC, but I want to confirm, has my status changed from no bid created to something else? So I click on close, and you'll find on the response status, it will tell me that your bid has been submitted. After this, I'll wait for the date and the time when this tender is opening. And I can assure you, not even from KPC, we cannot be able to open your document until time and the date of closing that tender. So you will join the tender opening online, and you'll see how you have fared. Then we wait for the other process. After that, now you will log out, and you'll be able to await that letter. There, it is just the name, but you have not attached your document because you were blocked by the plugin. So what do? I'll click on create again. The bid response is there, and the name, the description of the tender. I continue, and now the choose button will be available. So what do? I'll choose my bid response and attach. And after that, I will choose. What if I have broken my response into a number of responses, whereby, remember the tender document, as Catherine was telling us, it might be, more often than not we tell you, do not exceed this kind of limit. If your document is more than the 100 MBS, you can break your response into 2. So again, I'll come click on create, and I pick my volume 2 of my response. Are we okay? Create, and then I go to document, I name it bid response volume 2, the same description, and upload my response. So the minute I see that my response is below or above where we found the tender document, I will log out from the C folder. This is after I have confirmed that I can actually see it, and the document or the system will take me to the notes and attachment page. If I have taken a lot of time in the collaboration folder, I might find that I don't have the submit button. Don't worry, if you have edit, click on edit. And now I'm ready to key in again my prices in the system. So click on items, and the items that we are quoting for will populate there. Even if it is a single envelope tender, I will key in my prices without VAT. Unit price without VAT. After that, I'll click on check. The check now will update my total without VAT. So be confirming that that is your total without VAT. And after that, I'll click on submit button. This tender has been relayed to KPC, and it is awaiting the date and time of submission of this tender. Close to confirm that the status of this tender now reads as submitted. That is how you will respond to a one envelope tender in the system. Catherine had tips at the end of her presentation, and my caution this afternoon, do not wait until it is 10 minutes to closing time. That is when you're calling Morris. You want to find out if Madam GM is around because she can extend the tender. There's nothing she can do at that point in time. Kindly, the moment you receive your document, respond in good time and attend the tender opening. Thank you very much for listening. That is how you respond to those two tenders.